Miami Heat facing tough times. Fans need to speak up. The Miami Heat have hit a rough patch, losing 3 straight games and 4 out of their last 5. This slump has fans scratching their heads, especially after such a promising start to the season. The offense seems to be stalling, with teams finding ways to slow them down and exploit their weaknesses. It's clear that our three-point shooting has taken a hit, and that's not something we can afford if we want to compete at the top of the Eastern Conference. What's really concerning is the defense. At times, it feels like the Heat are losing focus, allowing open looks, and struggling to secure those crucial defensive rebounds. The recent blowout loss to the Sacramento Kings, one of the league's bottom feeders, is a wake-up call. It's frustrating to see a team with so much potential get knocked down like that. What do you think needs to change? Comment "Go Miami Heat" below, and let's hear your thoughts. To get back on track, the Heat must return to their identity, creating chaos on defense. We were once a top 5 defensive team, but that has slipped recently. It's not just about strategy, it's about effort. Miami needs to step up defensively and make that second effort to contest shots. On offense, while the fast pace is part of our DNA, we need to have a more structured plan when teams like to slow things down. The Heat should expect more zone defenses aimed at disrupting our rhythm. How do you feel about this shift in approach? Is it time to revamp our offensive strategy? Coach Spoelstra may need to rethink some tactics, especially since the players seem to be running on tired legs. Fatigue can impact shooting and overall performance. We all know how vital it is to have Bam Adebayo playing at his best every night. The inconsistency we've seen from him lately is concerning, and we need him to rise to the occasion. Injuries have undoubtedly played a role, but we can't use that as an excuse for the way we've been playing. 2 of our recent losses have highlighted how teams are forcing our role players to step up, and they haven't consistently delivered. The lack of production from beyond the arc is alarming. We need better shooting from our bench if we want to stay competitive in this increasingly fierce Eastern Conference. It's clear that adjustments are needed, and Spoelstra has shown time and again that he can pivot when necessary. But the clock is ticking, and we need to see some changes soon. How do you think the Heat can turn this around? Let's get a discussion going. Comment below with your city and share your opinion about the Miami Heat. Remember, we're all in this together as fans, and our voices matter. Go Miami Heat. Miami Heat struggles continue. Can they bounce back to their fast-paced offense? Well, Heat fans, it's been a rough patch for our team lately. The Miami Heat suffered another defeat, this time to the struggling Sacramento Kings, losing 127-111. This marks the Heat's 3rd consecutive loss and their 4th in the last 5 games. While some players and coaches might be brushing off this slump, we know the importance of getting back to that lightning-fast offense that kicked off the season so strongly. After last season's disappointing sweep by the Cleveland Cavaliers in the playoffs, the Heat made significant changes to their offensive strategy. They transformed from one of the slower teams in the league to now being one of the fastest, averaging 105.42 possessions per 48 minutes, which ranks them 1st in the NBA. The scoring has been impressive too, with the Heat sitting 3rd in the league at 122.3 points per game, although that number has dipped recently. But here's the thing, folks. Teams are starting to catch on to what the Heat are doing. It's not just a one-off issue. 5 of Miami's 6 slowest pace games have happened in the last week. Norman Powell pointed out that the league has adapted to their style, making the game tougher. He mentioned how teams are denying their initial plays and forcing other players to step up, especially in the absence of Tyler Herro. This kind of adaptation was expected, and now it's on Spoelstra and the coaching staff to find ways to counteract these adjustments. Bam Adebayo echoed Powell's sentiments, noting that teams have increasingly employed zone defenses against the Heat, which is something we've rarely seen before. This adjustment is clearly impacting our transition game, and it's up to the team to rediscover that spark that made them so effective. Adebayo believes that with Spoelstra at the helm, they will find a way to combat these challenges. But we need to see that resilience on the court. Currently, the Heat's pace has dropped to 100.1 possessions per 48 minutes over the past 3 games, putting them in the bottom tier of the league. It's a stark contrast from their earlier performances. Spoelstra has emphasized the need for more intentionality and detail in their game planning. After all, we know that when teams start to figure out your game, it can be tough to maintain that edge. With Tyler Herro out due to a toe injury and Davion Mitchell dealing with groin tightness, it's clear the team has been hit hard by injuries. But as we look forward to an upcoming road trip, we have to ask ourselves, can the Heat get back to their up-tempo style? Can they figure out how to win games even when they're not playing at their best? As fans, we need to rally behind our team, and right now, it's crucial for them to find their identity again. Comment "Go Miami Heat" below, and let's discuss how we can support our beloved team through this tough stretch. Are you confident they can turn things around, or do you think they need to rethink their approach? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, including your city and your opinion about the Miami Heat. Remember, we're all in this together, and our support can make a difference. Miami Heat face familiar play-in challenge. Here we go again, Heat fans. After a promising start to the 2025-26 season that had us feeling optimistic, our beloved Miami Heat are once again flirting with a play-in tournament. It's a frustrating place to be, especially after watching them climb as high as third in the Eastern Conference despite dealing with injuries. But now, sitting between 7th and 10th, the Heat are facing a familiar crossroads. The recent slide from a 14-7 record to 14-10 has put them in a precarious position, especially with teams like the Boston Celtics surging ahead. Boston's recent win against the Raptors has pushed them up to 15-9, while the Heat are left to navigate the crowded middle of the conference. There's still time to turn things around, but we all know how quickly the landscape can change in the NBA. As we look ahead, the Heat's upcoming matchup against the Orlando Magic is crucial. With Orlando's Franz Wagner likely out due to injury, this could be a golden opportunity for Miami to reclaim some momentum. What do you think, Heat fans? Should the team capitalize on this chance to assert their dominance? Comment "Go Miami Heat" below and let us know your thoughts. Defensively, the Heat's struggles have been concerning. Once ranked among the top 5 defenses in the league, they've slipped significantly. It's not just about the absence of Tyler Herro, who has missed the last 2 games. The entire team needs to step up. Bam Adebayo, Andrew Wiggins, and others have to bring that defensive grit we expect from this franchise. Letting Zach LaVine shoot freely is simply unacceptable. While it's reassuring to know the bottom 5 teams in the conference are struggling, we can't rely on their ineptitude to secure a play-in spot. We want more than just a shot at the playoffs through the play-in. Miami has a legacy to uphold, and we need to see that fiery Heat spirit back on the court. Now is the time for the team to regroup and refocus. It's easy to get disheartened, but as fans, we have to rally behind our squad. They've shown resilience before, and we believe they can do it again. So, what city are you rooting from, and what are your thoughts on the current state of the Miami Heat? Let's hear from you in the comments.